Episode 20 of the Scheuneman Show has commenced, and commenced with style. As you can see, my feet are out. No.
No socks.
Yeah, fuck
Or
it.
shoes.
I don't got time, dude. I'm too busy. But we have a glorious new camera set up. I hope you can see us in fucking HD, 4K, everything. I think this camera can do like up to 8K, but right now I think we're just in HD because we don't want the camera to light on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we're coming up in the world, you know. We told you we would get this bitch looking clean, and it's on the way. But now we just have to worry about this room.
Yeah, we need a new setup.
We need a better little studio room because right now we're just in the office.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even work in this office anymore. Like, I used to sit right next to Colin and do my computer work while he played RuneScape or whatever. And I just do it in my room. But I've been working like day in, day out on this project. I have not stopped. I barely even go to work anymore because I'm super focused on what's to come. Still no spoilers. Not telling. I can't.
Not yet.
I can only hype it up, but I can only tease it. You know,
Yeah.
can't tell you any details. But yeah, so I've just been in my room working on the computer. I eat on my bed. I work on my bed. I fucking barely sleep. But yeah, Marquise, how have you been?
I've been good. Kind of on the same level, honestly. Just
I hear
work.
you really like your job
Oh yeah, love it.
and the hours that they give you.
Yeah, no schedule.
Yeah, dude. I think we brought it up before, but that whole no schedule thing is ridiculous.
You don't know until 6:00 the day before. So you basically just have to think, yeah, I work tomorrow. I can't make
No
any.
way, the fucking Juul's dead. Can you put it on the charger or something? God damn it. I can't broadcast without nicotine. What the fuck?
Bro, I charged this thing for like 10 minutes. How is it dead already?
Because is the computer on? Anyway, they don't want to hear about the Juul. Fucking, I just want to say, from the last episode, just want to remind people, I'm not a bad person. We were just, with the whole fucking throwing shit out of the car and doing pranks as kids, like, I brought that up, but then I was going to bed after recording that, and I was like, damn, they're probably going to think we're bad people. Because, I mean, and I love Ohio too. I said it was boring, but like, I've just lived here my whole life, and you just run out of stuff to do. Like, so I regret doing that to people. I've thought about what it would be like just walking home from work and then you get pelted with an egg right in your face. It's a shitty thing to do.
Has that happened to you?
No, I
You
haven't I've had karma in other ways, I'm sure, but I have not been assaulted with things thrown at me. But I mean, I also know people who did much worse. Like, I know people who would, like, you know how sometimes smokers will get like a cup in their car and they'll just fill it up with cigarette butts, and
Yeah.
there's always like a mysterious liquid
Yeah.
that's like the drink that was in it before mixed with like tar and tobacco and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, these people would fill that cup up like to the top with cigarette butts and gross liquid, and then they would throw that at people. So that's gonna ruin your whole fucking day because you're gonna smell like cigarettes, and it's just gonna fuck you up. Like, your clothes will be a different color.
Yeah.
You can't wash that out. That's a rough day, but I don't know. We just weren't thinking as kids. Like, we just wanted to get into shit. Like, an activity used to
It
be
wasn't like a bottle or anything.
yeah, no, we weren't trying to hurt anybody. We didn't have any like bad intentions. We just were trying to have fun. But
I have a whole fucking 2-liter I'm drinking up.
dude, I filled my A&W up with the fucking shitty mug. Do you like mug? Like, do you really like mug?
No, I like that one way better.
A&W is top
this
tier
was
root
mug.
beer. Cheers. But also, happy early 4th of July.
Fucking rebel.
This will be coming out on the 3rd of July, I bet. So, I don't know. I might light off a bottle rocket in here. I'm not sure.
We haven't already. Lit off.
Yeah, we used to light shit off in the basement, and I thought it would be a funny idea to light some stuff off on the podcast. And then I walk in here and see the thousands of dollars of equipment that we could fuck up, but I think we'll be good.
I mean, if we aim it out the window, I think we have a chance of not fucking everything up. You know?
I mean, we want it to be a little risky because that's entertaining to the people at home.
Of course.
But there's one topic that I wanted to start off with, and I've started to realize like this show is just a bunch of random topics that we'll just talk about. We don't really have a goal. We just shoot the shit. And some like
past memories.
Yeah, sometimes past memories. Sometimes I'll start ranting about a random subject. But today I want to talk about the abuse and sexual harassment that I endured working at McDonald's as a kid.
Oh yeah,
dude, you remember it too. We used to work together. Those managers were on trash. Like
literally.
We would have most of my managers were either like. Okay, so I had a few managers that were gay, which is no problem. Love gay people, but it's just a fact. Some of my managers were gay, and then some of my managers didn't speak English. So I had a couple. Actually, 99% of the gay managers that I had at one point in time sexually harassed me or sexually harassed somebody right in front of me. And they thought it was funny, and sometimes it was funny, but looking back it was like, dude, you're like, they would get like a creamer packet and you could like squeeze them and they would like pop and shoot cream everywhere. They would get one, walk up to like a 14-year-old and shoot it in their face and cream all over their face and be like, I just busted a nut on you, and then they'd like grab their ass. Like terrible things. Terrible things were happening at McDonald's. And dude, you've seen it.
I know I've seen it, but almost.
I don't care, dude. So we had this one manager.
Bro, he never did nothing. No,
we'll call him Brad. Let's call him Brad. And
what was the other one though? You know,
there was Brad, and then there was Landon.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Brad and Landon. There was Brad was like super, super neat and like clean cut, but he was insane. Like he would always tell us how he had a boyfriend that was in the FBI.
Yeah.
And how if he wanted to, he could put trackers on our car and like find out where we live. Like he would just always say the creepiest shit to us. He'd be like, if you don't come into work on time, I'll be at your house. And I'd be like, dude, what? You don't know where I live? And he'd be like, if I want to, I will know where I live. But yeah, that shit would freak me out. And then we would have fucking Landon would like literally chase us around.
He was actually
grabbing
like a
ass.
friend of my ex, so like he was around, but like. Then, like I said, they never were like that. Well, no, I would fucking go off if they went and touched me in any way like that.
I witnessed Landon like slap kids' asses and like say the creepiest stuff. Like I'm trying to remember. One time, he like, oh yeah, like one time he walked up to me and he was like, "I bet your butt is so nice." Like, what? Well, I'm trying to make fucking French fries. Why do you guys talk about my butt? And then like the whole chasing people with creamer packets and calling it nut. Like this is the stuff that's going on where you get your food. Just wanted to let you guys know.
They're always weird. Yeah, they were weird as fuck.
Also, don't get chicken nuggets at McDonald's. Newsflash.
Weird shit.
Like. Dude, people touch them. Like not only do the cooks that I saw not wear gloves, but we would be snacking on nuggets all day. So
hell yeah.
You're getting a knuckle rubbing up against a chicken nugget or accidentally touching one and picking another. Like those nuggets were fucking mutilated. Like, and I've already talked about how like we would have kids like make bowls out of the chicken nuggets. Like
I honestly think they didn't fuck with me so much because my girlfriend, my ex worked there at the time. So Cause if they even then though, I would fucking flip, bro. Hell no, I couldn't.
You threw me off with every time you bring up your ex. I just want to go on a rant, but I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm not gonna go and talk about how much of a shitty.
I don't even
person.
think we should about this subject.
But no, it's. Let me tell you a story. It's a little messy right now. The managers were crazy. We would get sexually harassed, yada yada yada. But here's a specific story. Like one time, I was talking to Brad, and I forget how it started. He just walks up to me while I'm taking orders, and he's like, "Hey, do you want the rest of my drugs? Because I don't want them, and my boyfriend is making me throw them out, but I don't want them to go to waste."
Yeah.
And so, being a 16-year-old, I was like, "Drugs, huh? Maybe like Molly or like ecstasy. I don't know, something fun." And so I'm like, "You know what? Sure, give me your drugs." And he's like, "All right, I'll bring them in tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay, free drugs." And so the next day comes. I'm taking orders. What's his name? Brad.
Brad, yeah.
Brad walks back and he's like, "I got him for you." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I hold my hand out and he puts this little baggie full of white powder in my hand. And I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's all I had left. Meth."
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
what the fuck? He's like, "I don't want your meth." And he's like, too late. You already got it. I'm not driving back home with it." I was like,
Bro, throw it in the trash can.
"I don't want meth." But I was a stupid kid, so I was like, "It's kind of funny that I have meth."
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So
That's goofy.
I took this little baggie of meth back home and stashed it away in like some super secretive hiding spot, just praying to God I wasn't forced to answer questions about why I had a bag of meth. And I had never seen meth before. And
I would have said Coke at least if you got caught by your parents or something.
yeah, you never want to admit to having meth. It's a messy drug. I've never done meth before, just to make that clear.
Never done Coke either, so.
Yeah, same. So he just gave me this bag of meth, and that was coming from somebody that was supposed to be somebody that's in a place of authority. Like you're supposed to be trusting these people to show you how to work at the job and to do everything right, but these motherfuckers are trying to like if you ever think about it, so depending on the kind of drug that a drug dealer is giving, like it just shows they don't give a fuck about you. If they're okay with you having a drug like meth, that means they don't give a fuck about you, your life, your health, or anything. And that's coming from my fucking boss that's going to yell at me the next day about coming in
balls.
5 minutes late. Like,
That sounds like I said balls. I feel like
my
boss.
fucking balls gave me meth. Bro, that would be sick if your drug dealer was your balls. You just
Well, hold on.
you'd be like, "Let me get some drugs, dog." But
Yo, I remember one thing though about Brad. Towards the end, before I moved over to my other job, I remember he was asking the 14-year-olds or somebody to
young
clean
kids.
his house naked. And
Yeah, dude. He would be like, "Come over in my house, help me clean." They'd be like, "Okay, cool. How much you gonna pay?" He'd say a number. I'd be like, "Oh, that sounds good." And then he'd be like, "Yeah, well, you're gonna do it in your underwear with that tight little ass." And I'd be like, "Dude, chill, bro. He hasn't even passed the 9th grade. And you're talking about doing fucking sexual favors." And like there would be times where I'd be like taking orders, and then one of the managers would creep up and like grab my breasts or like fucking touch my ass. Like that's just not okay. And it's that was my first job. Imagine like an innocent kid coming in to just try and make some money for himself, be independent, and then he's just getting meth and sexual harassment. Like that's not a good work environment.
no.
But like it's just wild. It's wild. And then one time Landon or whatever the fuck he gave me these cats. He was trying to get rid of his cats because his mom didn't want them in her house, and he lived at his mom's house, which is really a cool move. And so I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'd like some cats." And I go to pick them up, and they're cute little things, and I bring them home, and then like a week later, I find out that these motherfuckers have fleas. He's just peddling flea cats.
Damn.
Like that's.
You just gotta give them a bath with some flea shampoo and shit.
I don't think it's that simple though, because they like get into your furniture, don't they? Like fleas are like lice; they're hard to get rid of. Like you can't just.
you get a flea collar and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah, but you should give me a heads up if you're gonna give me something with
yeah.
bugs on it. Um, but yeah, dude, it's like just fucked up work environment.
But yeah, they can get heavy. Like you can get your whole house covered and like where you walk in your carpet and you just feel fucking
Dude,
shit bouncing up on you. And shit.
what's like the worst house you've ever been in? Like,
I've been in some.
If
Dude,
it's-
I'm a mover. I've been in some houses that I've like. I couldn't believe I was doing it, like doing the move. I see.
but like, so
Like the whole floor is covered in shit, dude. And, like
have you ever been
I
in
had
a
this
house
one-
with roaches? I was in.
not I've
I was
Not
hanging
at
out in the
work.
hood one day. Like I spent a day in this like terrible, terrible neighborhood, but it was really fun because like we just went house to house drinking with random people that we had never met before,
yeah.
and we're just hanging out with these people. Like my friend knew a few people in the neighborhood, and then they knew everybody in the neighborhood. So we just like I said, we were just going house to house drinking terrible liquor, and we went to this one girl's house and we were hanging out in her room, and then we went downstairs to like grab a snack or something, and I opened up one of her cabinets, and then just a bunch of roaches just like scurried out, like
Are
they
you
were just like going
serious?
back into the crevices of the walls.
Oh
and
my
shit. And I was like, oh dude,
gosh.
I need to get out of here.
Oh yeah.
Roaches, like I can imagine living in a house and letting roaches live there alongside me. Like that's a deal breaker. I will
I gotta
go.
keep that shit clean, bro. No, man.
It's like they spawn in there. Once you have a bad enough environment, they just fucking pop up.
Dude,
Like
my very first, was gonna be my very first apartment, or I don't know how. I forget. Eventually, I was gonna live there, but
yeah.
we were checking it out because you get to check them out. Actually, no, we signed or the lease was signed and everything like that. And we go in and we're looking through and everything like that, and there's like these little bugs on the wall, dude. Like we see them after like 10 minutes or so, and we're like, dude, are those bed bugs at first? Because they were small.
Bed bugs are the worst.
And they were like a red tint on the tip, but they would have like it was like black and then red on the bottom. So
I
we
don't
thought
want
they were
any
bed bugs.
tint on my tips.
And we ended up sending a picture to the person's dad, and they're like, "Yo, no, those are baby roaches."
They're like,
And-
oh, don't worry, it's not bed bugs. You guys are silly. It's just roaches.
No, but like he was like, "Yo, we should go in the basement and go check," because I guess they're like mainly in the basement and stuff or something. And so we went in there and we found like a whole bunch of them, bro. We were so pissed because we fucking just got the lease signed and everything like that. And we go out back, and the neighbor dude, the whole backyard's just trash.
Oh my.
Literally, just like trash bags.
So it's all from this one
Oh,
shitty
dude,
neighbor
you
guys
see
had?
him outside, just in the backyard and shit, dude. And we go in and try to get this shit all figured out. Like, yo, we're trying to get out of here or like something. And they were like fussing about it, but eventually got out of it. So
Yeah, I mean, no. If I saw roaches somewhere I was gonna live, I'm not living there anymore. But fun fact, Worthington is like littered with roaches. If you go out there at night, especially in the summer, like right in front of graders, that whole sidewalk and that wall right by there is just roach city. I don't know. I mean, I heard that it's because of how old Worthington is, but it's insane. Like it threw me off when I first saw it because I grew up in that neighborhood for years and years of my life, and I didn't see the roaches until I was like probably like 16, 17. And once I did, it's all you can notice. Like if you ever go to Old Worthington at night, it's just roaches everywhere.
yeah,
And it's weird because like most of the places look clean inside and like it doesn't look like a bad area, but it's just like I said, covered in roaches, and you can't even like you don't even want to walk on a floor that has roaches on it. It feels like they're gonna go up in your socks or creep up in your shoes or take a ride home with you. It's just fucked up.
Yeah, I guess there's different kinds, like water, like I don't know, like
Ew,
some that are by like
roaches.
water, like pools and shit, and then like they're obviously your normal ones that are like Old Worthington and the food.
How come it feels like every bug is gonna be wet? Like if you ever look at a bug or like a snake or anything, I always feel like it's just gonna be wet and slimy, but they're not. They just look so gross that you just think like, ew.
It's just their hard shells shining. It's
Oh,
like,
dude, and stink bugs, and they have those white bellies. Like if
oh
you
yeah,
flip over, I don't know if they're real stink bugs or because there's stink bugs, and then apparently there's like another breed of them that don't even stink. They just are like
aren't
a
they like
distant
green
cousin
or
of
something?
stink. I don't think they're green, but these one stink bugs we would always get in the summer at my dad's house. They had these like white stomachs, and it was the grossest thing to me because it's like already a nasty flat looking bug, and then like you'll like swat it, and then it's like dying upside down. And you see it's like white stomach, like ugh. Yeah,
That's so
dude.
fucked.
But we got our book of talking points right here.
Yes, sir.
And oh yeah, shit. Last week when I was talking about going to Kentucky, I forgot to bring this up. I have a recommendation for the people listening and for us soon. I think we're gonna hit this place up. But on the way home from Kentucky, we were just driving in back roads, trying to like make the most of the trip and find cool places to stop at. And we found this one quarry. And if you don't know what a quarry is, it's pretty much like a digging site where they would like try and dig up who knows what the fuck they're digging up, but it always ends up creating this massive crater filled with water, and the water is always like strangely blue, like really pretty water. So it's like a crazy looking natural pool.
Yeah.
And we were looking for quarries on the way back because it's always fun to just like, do cliff jumping and shit like that. And we found this one that's literally like it's brand new. The quarry just got done. Like they just stopped using it for construction or digging or whatever, and then they turned it into like a water park. So they don't have like slides or anything like that, but like you can legally go there and pay for a day, and like people bring boats in there and people party up in there, and like it's just a beautiful spot in the middle of the woods. And most quarries you can't go to because it's like illegal. You're like trespassing. But this
Yeah.
one is like open. You pay like $30 and then you get to stay there for the day.
That's
And
awesome.
it's fucking awesome looking. And
We should get like a whole bunch of rafts and shit and just fucking
yeah, dude, I want to spend a day there and just have a nice little party. And then after we went to go check out the quarry because we didn't know it was one of those things like you pay to get in and it's like an actual like legal thing. We thought we were just gonna sneak in and do some swimming. And so when we pull up, we realize like you have to make a reservation in advance. And
was that have like a gate around it or something?
I mean, there's just a driveway up to it, and then they have like a fucking 13-year-old like watching and taking people's money to get in. So this 13-year-old really put the foot down and kicked us out and made us go on our way. But we're definitely gonna hit it up soon. And then we were driving around the area just looking for other cool shit because we got all excited about going to this quarry and then found out we couldn't go. So we're looking around and we found this like huge mansion, and it's got like a big pool in the back. They've got like one of those quarter-mile long driveways. It looks like it looks like where dictators move to like lay low. Like it's a nice ass house. And we were like doing some research about the area we were in, and we found out that this house is like a bed and breakfast. So you can pay to stay there. And it's once again, it looks like the fucking Gucci mansion. Like it's a nice ass house. And it's not that expensive to stay there. So we're probably gonna go to the quarry, do some trash activities, have some fun, and then go to that bed and breakfast and have Nana take care of us and cook us up some nice little buttermilk pancakes or whatever the fuck.
The maple
Yeah.
syrup?
Yeah, maple syrup. I'm sure they have maple syrup.
Okay.
I've never been to a bed and breakfast before.
I
It
don't
might
think I
be
have
kind of
either. I haven't.
creepy. Because you got somebody like taking care of you and you're in their house. It just might feel weird.
I don't know. Maybe we should just go get a hotel or something, go party. Because
I want the adventure.
You want the...
I want if there's some fucking John Wayne Gacy type motherfucker running a fucking bed and breakfast, then I want all the smoke. But yeah, I highly recommend go to Kentucky, check out this quarry, and fucking this bed and breakfast is gonna be sick. And
For sure.
we'll let y'all know how it is. But yeah. How about you check one of these notes?
you want
and
me? I
pick
thought
a
you were
random
going to
thing.
do it.
Nah, I think it's
So-
fun when you just pick a random one and you tell me what to talk about. But this is another one of those. We're gonna have guests on soon again. I got a couple
funny.
ideas, but I've been just super busy and my mind is elsewhere. So we're kind of doing these quick little episodes. And I mean, we're like an underground podcast at this point. Like we're gonna build up our following, but for now we're just having a good time. We're just hanging. But yeah, it is 4th of July, so
We already talked about most of it.
well, you can flip through any of those pages. There's a bunch of stuff.
Okay. I do want to save one that's here.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4. Oh, shit. Oh,
You wanna see some dumb
No, in here, bro, like that. At least open
not?
the window. It's gonna bust our ears, bro.
I don't know. I just want to do something fun for the people at home.
You're wild. Do it out the window. That's fun.
I feel like
Julian, you're fucking. No. You're. You're fucking wild, G.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
That shit hurt your ears?
I don't know.
Are they ringing?
I don't know. I just hope the smoke detectors don't go off.
Oh.
Oh, it's disconnected.
But yeah,
know-
we can't breathe this in.
Yeah, open the window. What the fuck is happening? This was a bad idea. Unlock the window.
Joe, you're such a.
God damn, bro. I thought it was gonna be a good idea. At least we didn't break anything.
I don't know, but
Marquise is
I
tripping.
plugged my fucking ears. Hey, don't slap my ass, you fuck.
Sorry. It's smoky in here.
All right, buddy. This is an intervention. We're gonna everybody's gonna come in right now, and we're gonna.
I'm looking forward to this.
But,
How would you react?
I can't breathe in this fucking room.
How would you react if you came home from work and people like your whole family was there for an intervention over weed? Like
Over weed?
yeah, like they were like, we really think you have a problem. I think we need to take you to a program. You've just been smoking so many blunts. You need to stop blasting Chief Keef in your room all night. The whole house
I
smells
start
like
laughing.
the whole house smells like backwoods.
I couldn't talk back. I would just sit there, listen, and laugh. And
Just be like, you guys are tripping.
you guys, you know what? You guys are probably no.
Tripping, dog. It's
guys are probably
420.
All right. So, you want to talk about the baggie in the drain?
Yeah, let's talk about the bag. Do you want to open it up or should I?
No, you.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I say when you talk, and that's what.
All right, dude.
Come
Well,
on, dude.
so
I can open it if you want. I mean, like.
back in the day, we used to skip class a lot. Back in Thomas, before the
I really
cameras.
can't breathe.
You really can't breathe?
No, not in this shit.
I was thinking, the funny thing is, I was either going to be a bottle rocket or I was going to get like a smoke grenade and light it off and let the whole room fill up with smoke.
That probably would have been sweet.
But
We
then
should
you
do that as
definitely
a
wouldn't have been
finisher.
able to breathe.
Can we do that as a finisher? Get a tub.
I mean, I would kind of like to use it for photography, but I mean, maybe.
Oh, that's
This
good.
whole room will stink like balls if we light a smoke grenade
You're
off.
telling
in
me
here.
you can't breathe and you're over here sitting by the fucking window?
All right. Anyway, so back when we were like freshmen, he was a grade above me, so I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, and it's like part of the culture of Thomas that you skip and fuck around, and like going from middle school to high school, you have more freedom. You
It
can
was
just
like skipping lunch.
yeah,
And shit
and
like-
especially because I had the secret sauce. My house was like a 5 minute walk.
yeah.
So I would literally leave for lunch, which you're not allowed to do. I would walk home, smoke a blunt, and then go back to school because that's the right way to learn. Like you really can hold on to the information when your brain is filled with sativa smoke.
Exactly.
But anyway, we started skipping a lot, too much maybe,
or fireworks.
just so easy, and then after freshman year, they had like our whole class started skipping so much that they installed like 87 cameras into the school.
Literally.
I still believe we are 100% the reason of that. It could have also been because of how many school shootings were going on during that time. Like it was literally like every week there'd be another one. So that might be part of it. But I think it was mainly to catch motherfuckers up for skipping class all the time. So that's just the backstory. We were skipping a lot. All of our friends were doing it. Then they put the foot down and installed a bunch of cameras. And so by the time sophomore year came around, it was getting a little hot. Like people were getting really fed up with us skipping, and our parents were up our ass worrying about what we were doing and like why we were skipping so much. And fucking, some of us were getting truancy charges. It was just getting bad. And so one day, me and you both had girlfriends, and we decided to like skip the like 3 or 4 periods in a row. Like we just left to go hang out, and we went to my house, and we were just hanging out and smoking, having a good time
It's just
while history class was going on, and yeah, we were like hotboxing this room, and then one of us got up to get a drink. We might have told the story on the podcast.
yeah, we already told
But it
this
was probably
story.
one of the earlier episodes. But anyway,
I don't think we talked about the baggie though.
we didn't talk about it in depth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one of us went to go get a drink. I think it was one of the girls, and they saw like a cop car out front, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they saw the people knocking at the door or something.
Yeah, like a group of cops and parents walking up to the door to start knocking. And so they ran back into the room, and they were like, guys, there's police outside. And I was like, you're joking. And they were like, no, there's actually police outside. And so I immediately started freaking out, and I was like, fuck. Like I started thinking how we could get out of the house without being spotted. And I realized there's not really a way to get out of that house without getting spotted. If there's people at the front door, they can see you go out of any door you choose. There's no window to fit out of. So I was like,
definitely could hear you crawling out a window.
yeah. And plus, there's like this big window in the front where they would see us leaving that room to go wherever we wanted to go. So I was just like, fuck, like I need to get rid of this weed, because if there's cops there, I don't want to just get charged for it, and I also kind of want to keep it. So I ran downstairs, and I'm like frantically trying to think of where we should go and also what to do with this weed. And I see this, like, it's like this hole in the floor for water to drain into, because we used to have a dog, and I don't know whose idea this was, but well, no, the dog just decided to start peeing in the basement. And so my dad installed a hose to like hose down the fucking dog piss. And so there was a drain for all that water. And I was like, okay, I'll get this weed that's in a pill bottle and I'll throw it down in that drain. And I don't know. I was just trying to get rid of it. So I threw it down the drain, and then I was trying to tell everybody to like come downstairs. And I guess our idea was we were just going to hide in the corner of the dark basement and hope that they just left us alone, which obviously wasn't going to work. But Yeah, we were just all huddled up in the basement, and then the cops got in, and they were like, "Everybody come upstairs! Everybody come upstairs!" And so we slinked upstairs, and it was just a whole bunch of bullshit.
Big mess.
You got into a fight with the cops because what they want you to do, they were like,
Get off my phone.
"Oh yeah, you were giving them all the attitude, just
Yeah.
fucking looking at your phone while they were bitching at us." And they like didn't they like handcuff you because you pissed them off or
They
something?
didn't handcuff me. They took me away from the group and sat me down in the living room and snatched my phone away from me.
Yeah, so they were. I don't even really remember what happened after that. They were just everybody was mad, and we had to go back to school. And afterwards, like a couple days later, I started wondering how I could get that weed out of the drain, and I had the balls to ask my dad to help me. I was like, "Dad, could you please help me get something out of the drain?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I dropped something down the drain. Can you help me get it out?" And he starts to help me, and then he realizes, "Motherfucker, are you trying to get weed out of the drain?" And then he just stopped. He was like, "I'm not gonna help you get weed out of the drain. I'm your father."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "All right, fuck." And so I got like a clothes hanger or something, and I started trying to like maneuver it up, like pinch it up against the wall and like drag it up or something. I don't know. I was just trying desperately. There was like this little hole on the side of the pipe, and as I was pulling it up, it like fell into that fucking hole, and
Damn.
I have no idea how to get it back out after
It's
that.
still in there? Like,
Oh yeah, dude, that weed is like in the foundation of the home now. I wouldn't be surprised if there was fucking weed growing underneath the house, but yeah, to this day there's like an eighth underneath my dad's house.
an eighth
But
of some good ass shit
yeah, no,
too.
the weed back in the day used to be
Bro, that's
so
crazy.
much better.
That's some valuable shit right there.
I mean, bro, it's probably like I mean, it's in a pill bottle, so it may be preserved, but at this time, it's been years, and
Yeah,
that weed's probably crusty
it's been like
as fuck.
5 years.
But
Hey, so you know who Satoshi Nakamoto is?
I don't think I do.
So
Is that the flower design guy, or is that a different one?
that's a different guy.
All right, because I know
I
Kanye
think
West.
he has the same last name, Nakamoto or something.
Yeah, Hamimoto, Tamimoto, Tomato. But I know Kanye West teamed up with some guy with a similar name, and they designed the Kids See Ghost album cover.
Okay.
Like he went to Japan to design an album cover.
Oh, that would be fun.
Boss move.
But this guy, he's the first ever Bitcoin miner. What do you think his net worth is?
Bro, I mean, do you know first? Okay. I think that this guy's net worth is...
This is, okay, he mined it.
680
He did it in
million.
January 3rd, 2009 is when he first started mining. But what'd you say?
2009?
Yeah.
Bro, imagine if somebody in 2009 said they were mining Bitcoin. You'd be like, what the fuck? Get out of here with that witchcraft. But no, what? Yeah.
No, what'd you say though?
Probably like 620 million.
Nah, way off.
More or less?
Way more.
Okay, I'm gonna go really high with this next one. Fucking 3 cheeseburgers, 4 cameras,
Are they
and
gold plated? Or?
2 salt-based steaks. No, fucking. I'm sorry to go so off track. We'll go back to this. But did you know that Salt Bay, he has his own restaurant, right?
Bro, I can't believe you just did that to me.
This is not.
It's 48 billion.
What? 48 billion? Is that all in crypto, or is that like?
I think he has a million crypto.
Okay.
A million bitcoins.
So, do you think that out of that 48 billion, is that like real assets that he like has for sure? Like
he has a million bitcoins.
like $1 million worth of Bitcoin,
A
or
million
1 million
Bitcoins.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Which, by the way, isn't Bitcoin down to like 30,000 or something?
It's like 20s now. 21, too.
That's rough.
It went up to 60 and went all the way back down to 20. But all right, what were you saying about the restaurant? What is it?
I was just gonna say randomly, like Salt Bay has his own restaurant, and
Is that the guy that?
yeah, this is fucking. So everybody seems to think that he's like some amazing chef, and like he has this like super fancy looking restaurant. Like he'll put gold flakes on a steak,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
Up the
Everybody
upside.
thinks he's fancy
value.
and knows what he's doing, but what I've heard is that his restaurant sucks. Like I heard that he's just a meme. Like his food is just shitty. Like I've heard people
Where's
who really
We should
know
go.
about steaks, and they're like, no,
We gotta do a podcast there. Try it out.
dude. I want to do like random location podcasts. Like I think that
At
would
the
be
mall
really
was amazing. We still didn't do it at Wow, I just had the biggest brain fart.
A2K?
A2K, yeah.
They have a new location that's opening today. Well, no, I don't know if it's open today, but it's not open today, but they
All right,
they
so
have
when are
the
we
new
going?
building. We'll do one in there soon.
No,
as
when
soon
are we
as
going
possible.
to check it out?
Oh, as soon as possible. I just, how busy I am with this upcoming thing. Like, we'll go soon.
want to,
Maybe like next weekend or something. But we can definitely do a podcast in there. And I want to get like some of my photography hanging up in the store. That would be sick. Because certain photographers will have like, I don't know what they call them, like a whole setup of like 5 to 10 pictures of theirs, and it's like, fuck, this word is slipping my brain. They have like I don't know. They have something there where they just their photography is represented in a like store. So I've seen photographers do a few of their pictures hanging up in an Alexander McQueen store or like at a Saks Fifth. So I really want to like start getting canvases of my pictures and start hanging them up around in these different cool spots because that would be sick.
So are you sticking with the name Hooli, or is that just for
It's
that?
Hooli Graphics, buddy.
Hooli? Well, I mean, like on the shirt, you just put Hooli, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's like
That's what I was asking.
the signatures are going to be evolving. So the first one was Hooli, and I felt like that was the right one to go with because that's like what my family has always called me. Like when I was a little kid, they used to just always call me Hooli. Or, I mean, my dad has 1,000 nicknames for me, but Hooli was the main one. So I thought that would be a good opening signature to do. But I already have a new signature for the new photo tees that I'll be using, and that's more of a classic, like Julian signature. But my photography name is always going to be Hooli Graphics because I think that's a cool spin on it's holographics, but Hooli Graphics.
Hooli. I don't know why, but every time I think about Hooli, I think about like that spiral. You know that picture you did that looks like everything was like spinning almost, like all the lights and shit. It did like a circle effect.
Ooh.
I think it's shit like a ray of lights, like just like going spinning.
I actually
down.
don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck. I'd just have to show you. But
I have a recommendation real quick.
go ahead. Yeah,
There's this show. It's super inspiring for me. It's on Netflix, and it's called Abstract, and it's like a season of shows all having to do with design.
Yeah.
And so like one episode will be typography, one episode will be photography, one episode will be interior design, and it's all like they'll go to somebody who's super specialized in that like field of work, and they'll follow them for a couple days and have them talk about how they do everything and why they love doing it so much. And there's this one episode where they talk about typography, and it's just so sick. Like they tell you about like the history of typography and how much typography is like how important it is in the world, and how like changing where the line in an H, like the in an H, there's that line that goes across. You know, like an H,
I'm in the, yeah.
and then in the middle, depending on where you put that line and how thick it is, and if it's like straight or if it's not straight, like changing one little line can change how people perceive that letter. Like if you move the one example she uses, if you get a capital E, there's 3 lines. If you bring the middle line and an E down closer to the bottom line, people will start thinking it's more of like an 1800s type font, or like it just changes the meaning of what people take from it.
Yeah.
So
see, with like E's, I've even seen people do like a backwards 3, like.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show was sick. Where's my book? Here, pull up another
I got you.
subject. Oh, dude. I need to find my Spastastic book. I've been trying to bring Spastastic up in this podcast for a while.
Do we need to read a book, a funny ass book on here or something?
I wrote a book when I was a kid, and it has like 3 different not chapters. Like there's 3 books in the series that I wrote as a kid in like elementary school, and it's all about this frog that was addicted to drugs. I wrote that in like 3rd or 4th grade. I must have scared the shit out of my teachers.
You probably did. Like, what
Like,
the hell?
what?
Is this?
But it was like a good drug. Like it was. Have you seen Limitless?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a drug that you would, if I remember correctly in my literature, it was like a drug that you would take and it made you like way smarter and funnier or something. And this frog was like addicted to it, and it's all about the adventures he would get into. But I want to find it because I know what it's about. I know it was a frog taking drugs, but I don't know much more than that. But I do know I put like a shit ton of time into it. Like I wrote multiple different versions of it, and like I remember being proud of it, but if I read it today, I'd probably be like, what the fuck was I saying?
I even have like a poem I wrote down that I really want to find. It's about colors. Like how you see colors your way and how I see colors my way and all this shit.
Sounds artsy, buddy.
It's crazy, but look, making the local news.
Okay. I've been going down memory lane with this podcast, and it's making me realize that I just did the dumbest shit as a kid. Like, I'm trying to be a better person, but when I was a kid, I just get into shit because I was trying to make stories. Like, I would always look at a crazy night as an opportunity to make a story and, like, memories. Like, I always wanted to get into some crazy situation because I knew that I would always remember it and be able to look back at it and laugh. And it's like what I think is the most important thing of life is making memories that stick with you. And so the memory that I made making the local news was I feel like I even brought this up before, but who cares? I was with one of my friends, and we were out all night, and I knew it was going to be a crazy night when my friend met up with me, and he was already like super fucked up. Like, this is one of my more demented friends, but I met up with him for the night, and he was already like on a level 10 steps above me, slurring his words and just doing stupid shit. And so we went to the gas station to get drinks.
Yeah.
And when I walked in there was nobody working. Like, it looked like there was nobody working there. Nobody at the front counter, nobody walking around stocking shelves or anything. So it was like we were alone in there. And my dumbass friend hopped over the counter and started filling his backpack with backwoods, jewel pods, fucking little bottles of Fireball. Like, he took so much shit. And immediately as he started taking shit, I was like, I'm leaving. This is not, no. What?
Yeah, what?
Remember, I'm also a kid. And so I was like laughing, but I also knew this is not a good idea. And I didn't want to be involved with it. So I just walked out. And then I'm walking down the sidewalk being like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of expecting he's just not going to come back because he's going to get his ass caught. And then he just runs up and catches up with me, and he's laughing his ass off, and he's like, look at all this shit I got. And he like filled his backpack up with shells and backwoods and like lighters, like just so much shit he took. And so we're laughing about it, and I'm like, dude, I guess I didn't have the balls to be like, bro, get the fuck away from me. That was dumb.
Yeah.
And so we're just laughing, and I go back to my house, and he's like showing me everything he got. We had to like sneak our way back. Like we were trying not to get caught by the cops because obviously we pissed somebody off. Like he didn't see any of the workers even, like he just left on his own. Like none of the workers came out yet. So, but somebody's gonna notice.
Of course.
So we snuck our way back to the house, and we're going over everything we got, and we're just like, gee, I was just like, Jesus Christ, well, I might as well enjoy some of it. So I started drinking with him, and and then we got picked up by another one of my friends to go to his house, and the friend that picked us up, he was known for being like a really fucking big rager. Like he would, if he got mad, he got mad, like just a super angry person, but when he's not mad, he's kind of fun to be around. He's funny and blah, blah, blah. But when he is mad, he's just fucking Hulk mode. Like, he wants to fight people. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Blake, we'll call him.
Yeah.
Blake. I can't think of a word that rhymes with his last
I know.
name. But yeah, anyway, so Blake picks us up, and we go to his house, and we're smoking, hanging out, and drinking. And I'll just say that I got a little too fucked up that night. And it turned, like, it was kind of shady when my friend did that dumb stuff at the gas station. But then the night kind of turned into just a fun time. We were drinking, laughing, joking, smoking. And
there you go.
And it got to about 4 a.m. And at this point, I'm wobbly. Like, I'm messed up and slurring words. Just, I'm dumbfounded. And I'm like, all right, I should probably start heading home. And so I start to get my stuff together, and I'm patting my pockets, and I realize I don't have my phone. I'm like, fuck, if I need to find my phone, because if I don't find my phone, I'll probably never get it back, because my friend can be kind of an asshole sometimes. And we're not like super close, so he might just keep my phone.
Yeah.
I was just like, I need to find it. Like, if I don't find it now, I'll be fucked. And so I'm searching all around, and my heart's starting to race, and I'm getting freaked out, and I can't find it. And so sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm messed up, like if I'm drunk and then I start getting super anxious, it'll make me nauseous. So I started getting sick to my stomach because of how anxious I was that I was never going to see my phone again, and I couldn't find it. And so after looking for long enough, he's just like, well, we got to go because it's like 5 a.m. now. And so he like gets us into the car, and I'm freaking out. I'm trying to think where it could be, and I'm feeling more and more nauseous as the minutes go on. And so I'm in this car, and I feel like I need to puke.
Oh, that's
And
so
so
bad. I
I
hate that.
start to roll the window down, and I like stick my head up out the window, and I throw up outside of his car. Now remember, this friend is kind of an asshole. If I threw up in his car, he would have probably fought me and made a huge deal about it. And obviously I don't want to throw up on his car or in it. So I threw up outside of the car, and I'm just messed up. Like, I'm feeling sick. I'm super anxious. I'm fucked up. It's super late. I'm tired. And so when we get to my house, I like get out of the car, and I'm like stumbling. Like, I'm feeling so shitty. Like, I keep saying it over and over again, but like you really got to understand, like I was super drunk, super high, super nauseous, super anxious, and so I'm super tired. And so I stumble out of the car and I'm like, all right, see ya. And I start walking up to my door, and it dawns on me like, oh, me and my friend did kind of have this idea that we wanted to have such a crazy night that we end up falling asleep outside. That's how stupid we were as kids. It
Yeah.
was just like, I think it would be funny if we fell asleep outside. And that was always an idea in the back of our heads. But as I was walking up to the front door, I remembered that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I just dropped to my knees in my yard and collapse in the grass and fall asleep. And my friend did it with me. Like he's like, "What are you doing?" Okay, and he like falls down to the floor, and we're just falling asleep in the grass. And it's like 5:30 in the morning, but we're right up front of my house, and so that's the last thing I remember. I just fell asleep, and then I wake up to the cops like kicking us on the floor. They're like, "Get up, get up! What are you doing? What are you doing? Get up!" And I'm like, "What? What?" And they're like, like I don't. I was messed up. I had probably only been asleep for an hour or so, and it's like kind of daylight outside. And they're like getting us up and asking us all these questions. And then my dad comes outside, and he's like, the cops were like, "Do you know these kids?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's my son, and that's his friend." Blah blah blah. And so like, all right, and they pretty much just let us go back inside and go to sleep. And then my other friend, I think he needed to get like taken home from the police because he wasn't at his house, he was at my house, and my dad was kind of pissed at the whole situation, so he was like, "You got to leave." And so the cops went to take him home, and they ended up finding shit in his backpack, and they gave him charges for all the shit he had in his backpack. And
Damn.
I go to sleep, and I wake up, and my dad's like, "Congratulations, you made it on the news." I was like, "What?" And he shows me, and it's like this whole news story that's online. Like if you Google like Columbus News or something like that, there's like a whole website about like stuff happening in the neighborhood, and like, you know, if some big crash happened, it'll be on there. If some events happening, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
So there was this one story, and it was like, you can still find it if you look hard enough, but it was like local teenagers passed out in lawn. And like, I was like, damn, dude. And they didn't really say our names or anything, but it was like 15 and 6-year-old boys fell asleep in the yard of a Ohioan. And fuck, there's another little part of the story I'm trying to remember. Damn.
That would suck to get caught up. Like,
Yeah, no,
I
it
mean-
was wild, and I had a kick out of that for a while. I would just be like, "Hey, I made it on the news. Look at this."
Yeah. Dude, I remember.
Oh, by the way, my phone, I left it at my house.
I was at your house the whole time.
Yeah, I was at my house the whole night. But
I bet
yeah.
you were excited to find that.
oh yeah, but at that point, I just forgot about it, like, because I was so messed up. Like and it was
You
such
were known for always breaking your phones and shit, though. Like when we were kids, you would always have to get a new fucking phone eventually. Like,
I wouldn't say I was known for breaking phones. If anything, you were known for fucking getting into fights with your girlfriend and throwing your phone at the wall.
oh yeah,
But dude, there was one time where my phone got fucked up, and I had to get a new phone, and I have no idea how, but my iCloud got like linked up with yours,
yeah.
and I like when I got a new phone, like I turned it on, and it was just like I was you. So I had like all your text messages from 2014 and all your contacts, and like it was weird. Like it completely changed a lot of things about how my phone shows up in iCloud. Like
That is weird. I don't even know how it would link up like that anyway, because we have no connections whatsoever in the Apple fucking field.
Yeah,
So.
I have no idea. It was probably from when we jailbroke our phones or
Oh
something.
yeah, I forgot when we did that, dude. We had a lot of shit when we jailbroke our shit.
Dude, I remember up where the bars of like service are, I used to have like the Monster logo. I changed my text messages to like black and red. Like the background of texting would be black, and then the chat bubbles were like red and purple.
Yeah,
Like jailbreaking your phone, you could do some wild shit.
yeah.
Like,
The games and shit, certain games.
but it's
that we
it's
get.
funny because if you jailbroke your phone, there was ways that you could like make money, wasn't there?
I don't know.
And we were too busy just doing the random kid shit. Like,
That's what we just did. There were so many opportunities. I feel like.
yeah, we just weren't focused on that when we were teenagers. We were just trying to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember the first time that me and you ever hung out. Like the first time we met is different, but the first time we met up and hung out, we we went around Worthington skateboarding, and then we found these beer bottles and we just started throwing them at the floor.
Fucking
Like,
breaking.
we thought it was so cool that we were just shattering beer bottles.
I want to go shoot fucking some BB guns and shoot them. Dude, one of my customers had these splat guns, and we were shooting each other
Like
with them.
paintball guns?
No, they're little. I don't know what they are. They're like, I don't want to say rubber, but they're like little fucking. They look like little pellets, but they're not hard. Like they splat once they hit your skin, but you can feel them sting a little bit bare skin. But dude,
Like gelatin
yeah, it's like a
BBs?
gelatin BB. Yeah, yeah.
That's weird.
And dude, they're fucking sweet, and we need to get them. We can have some wars. They they're crazy.
I miss Airsoft Wars because that's what I used to always spend my money on as a kid. Is I would buy like strangely realistic airsoft guns, like
Yeah.
$600 pistols that were powered by gasoline. I used to have an AK-47 that you would charge with a battery, and I would show up to the Airsoft Wars, and motherfuckers would hate me because I had an arsenal, and they had like spring-loaded fucking airsoft guns. But yeah,
I remember
dude.
seeing your AK. That thing was sweet. And then didn't you have like a little Uzi type thing or like a scorpion looking? You know the scorpion.
No, you're thinking of Cole. He had like a Mac 11 airsoft
yeah,
gun.
it
It
was
was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I'll look at the toys that kids have now, and I get jealous. Like they have some cool shit.
Dude, it's a whole new game. It's crazy. But
Like the Nerf guns, dude. Like they have Nerf guns that are like rapid
that's what I'm saying,
fire
like
now.
the gelatin guns I was just talking about. They're literally like brrr, it's crazy. You can buy like different kinds styles
Bro,
of guns
You
and
know, we
shit.
should, once we start making money from this brand, we should do like a Scheuneman airsoft war, like a crazy airsoft war.
That
we
would
could
be
like
sweet.
we could get like we could set up a whole like warehouse and set up like walls and buildings on the inside, and
That
we
would
could
like a
film
nuke
it.
town.
yeah, dude, we could
Scheuneman nuke.
pay to like rent out a neighborhood,
That would be sweet.
and we can go in and out of houses. This is reminding me. My dream as a kid was like I used to dream that one day I'd be able to like have an airsoft war in Old Worthington, like being able to run in and out of stores. Like,
Now that
oh,
would
I'm in
be
jets hiding.
crazy.
That would be so awesome.
Just like the whole, yeah, like
Like
that.
they're on the roof, and then you run in the jets,
you
and
would-
you get a shootout in jets, and then you go out the back, and there's a sniper in Dewey's, and
You
like
get little ATVs and shit to go around and shit, make them little tanks. And
that's the move.
bro, we would.
You know how
Oh,
fast
keep kissing this fucking.
that'll probably be one of my first purchases when I have money. I'm gonna get a 4-wheeler, and I'm just gonna drive it wherever I want to. I'm gonna drive into Thomas. I'm just gonna pull up in a fucking ATV and, what's up, Mr. Gordon? Hop on. And he's gonna be like, no, and we'll be like, all right, fuck you, and then just fucking do burnouts in the bus lobby until the cops are called.
Have you ever been in those really like suburban areas where all the community like they ride around in those big ass go karts with like 20 kids in the back?
No, bro, that's how you know when you're in a too rich of a neighborhood. There's a fucking community golf cart that you can go around from house to house in. Oh, dude, the thing that I used to live in the most boring neighborhood I have ever seen.
I
Like,
just want one.
have you ever been to
drive one around?
the house that my mom had before the house in Worthington, up by the mall?
Yeah, I think you did show me, but
Dude, it was literally just the same house over and over and over again. Nothing to do. Like, it was like a 45-minute walk to the closest store. Like, it was just boring ass houses. But the only two cool things that were in that neighborhood is we had this big woods. Like, it was a nice, there's some woods where it's just like, oh, there's a bunch of trees and some hills and blah blah blah. But this woods was like so cool because not only were there miles and miles of woods, but it was also like little waterfalls you could find. There was little like quicksand mud holes, like just there was a lot of exploring to be done.
yeah.
And I used to go up in there like all the time, and I remember Colin and his friends would go and fucking chase me and my friends with their airsoft guns. And I remember having to like sprint away from Colin, being just shot in the back like multiple times. And one time he caught me. Me and Colin used to not get along, but now we're like best buds. But back when he did not like me, he like caught me one time after chasing me and my friends through the woods with airsoft guns, and he like put me on the floor, and he literally put like an airsoft gun like right up to the fucking my forehead pretty much, and pulled the trigger. And you'd think like, oh, that's gotta hurt so bad, but I was lucky because it just like the BB didn't have enough room to catch, like it just shot out and then didn't barely even made it out the barrel and then bounced back into the gun because it hit my fucking skull. But yeah, dude, that was a traumatic moment.
Yeah, what?
But
That's crazy.
I mean, there was one time. Oh yeah, the other thing in that neighborhood, the only other cool thing was this lake that was right across the street from my house, and it would freeze in the winter, and we could do like hockey on it and like walk on the water, and it was sick. And one time it was like at the end of winter, but the lake looked like it was still frozen. And Colin like walked out onto it and he fell through.
Oh shit.
And he was like, and I don't know if you know this, but in cold water that's like mostly frozen, they say that you like it's really dangerous because you can sink faster and your body starts like not like shutting down, but kind of like I don't know. There's something about being in cold water where you like sink faster or your body kind of tightens up, so it's harder to get out. And so he started like sinking through this hole, and I remember like a couple people had to like drag him out, and it was pretty creepy.
That's wild. I've never heard that before. Back to BB gun or pellet guns though. I remember I was hanging out with a friend. I had this one pellet gun that would act up. Like you would load it and you would shoot it, and it wouldn't shoot all the time. And one time it
would jam.
Yeah, or not jam. Not even jam. It just wasn't working right, so it wouldn't activate right to shoot the BB. And one time, my friend was like, "Oh, it wasn't shooting at all. Like we kept pulling it back, shooting, pull back, shoot, pull back, shoot, and it wouldn't shoot." So he was like, "All right, I'm gonna just keep pulling it back and like pointing it at my head, just playing around." And
I'm gonna test it by pointing it at me.
dude, he did it like 2 or 3 times, bro.
Did you hear that? There's some weird noises going on outside, guys. At first I heard it and it sounded like somebody like tapping on something on the window, but then as I listened closely, it sounded more like a firework. And then we started listening together, and it was like somebody doing a burnout. Bro, fuck, the kids haven't come back, by the way.
Oh, that's
for the like 3 nights afterwards. I would be laying in bed like these motherfuckers might tap on my door again. But that was so fucking scary, dude. Like in the middle of the night, it's just banging on the door like, and multiple times. And when you don't know what it is, and like it could be a grown ass man, it could be a crackhead, it could
what
be.
If you didn't find anything?
It would have been scarier because when I was showing Colin, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's probably nothing," and then that one happened like right as we were talking about it and looking at the window, and it just happens like all loud and right in front of us. That's when like we made eye contact and we're like, "Oh fuck."
Dude, those kids are
I wish you were here when that happened. It was crazy.
they're wild, man. That's some crazy shit.
But are you more of a fan of airsofting or paintballing?
I haven't been paintballing, but I feel like airsofting because paintballing that looks like that shit hurts.
You know what we should do for your birthday?
No, that shit hurts.
Please, bro. If you ever been to
Let's go
Splatter
airsoft.
Park, Splatter Park is exactly what you're talking about.
I
Because
know.
if you layer up, you'll be fine. But they have like set up courses. They have one that's like a crashed plane in the woods. And so people are like using the plane as cover and they're like in the plane and they have a castle. They have shipping containers, like 24 of them, all set out in a field, and like people just go wild. When I went the first time, there's always a guy that does this, but there was this big fat guy that went shirtless and like wore cargo shorts, like nothing. And by the end of it, he was bleeding. Like he had these welts, like dark red, dark purple welts. He was dripping blood.
That's
down.
what I'm saying.
But if you layer up, you'll be fine.
No,
But it's so fun. Like, and you can't beat. It's like what I'm saying with being able to airsoft in downtown. Like, if you have a setup course where it's like a building you can go into or a plane you can hide behind, or you're in the woods and there's all these people like shooting at each other, it's like real life Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
that's the thing too. How do people aim with those? And how many bullets do you get? Do you get one like?
Shit ton, like because they come in that big canister thing that goes on top. But
Is it like one and done, or do you get to load it as much? Like,
it's you can either choose to like fill the gun up one time, or you can get like little canisters full of paintballs to keep with you. But there's not a limit. As much as you're willing to buy, they'll give you. But yeah, I miss doing shit like that. We need to soon. But
dude, that shit. Yeah, that shit. I don't know. I feel like that shit would hurt so bad. I don't know. Airsofting is crazy though, because then you also get to customize your gun to be like realistic. You know, like
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. But
that's a good point with aiming. Like when you're paintballing, it's kind of hard to have a setup where you can actually aim because there's that thing right on top where you usually would look down the sights, but this thing's like in the way, so you kind of have to just guess.
can you bring your own? Like your own?
Yeah. But I think there's like limits. Like you can't. There's a certain like you can set up a paintball to have a bunch of FPS or a bunch of pressure that it shoots out at.
Yeah.
And I think there's a certain setting that you can't have it at, like because it's too high.
I remember as a kid, we used to have me and my stepbro. We used to have these one little guns. They had like little paintballs, and they were like easy breakable because this gun didn't have enough power to just like hit you hard enough. But like you pulled it back and you pushed it, and it would shoot the paintball out and like splatter on you and shit. But
Like a crossbow paintball gun?
no, it's like, dude, it literally looked like I always say it wrong. A PVP pipe.
A pea shooter?
You know those little fucking drain pipes, whatever. It looked like a homemade like little fucking pipe gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know those pipe. You know drain pipes, like the PVC.
Yeah,
pipes?
like a.
It literally looked like just a homemade.
That's weird, bro.
Like you take two, put a stick in the middle, and make it look like a fucking trombone where you're.
A trombone. Shoot motherfuckers with a trombone. All right, we're about to end the episode, but I have one more story that just came to my head, and we'll end on this one. But there was, when you said pipe, it made me think of this.
Drugs?
No.
Oh.
No, but I do. Have you ever seen a crack pipe?
No.
It's if you just stumble upon a crack pipe in the wild, it'll throw you off. But anyway, did you know you can smoke meth out of a fucking light bulb?
Yeah. I was gonna say light bulb, but
Yeah. Anyway, ADHD is tweaking right now.
I feel it.
But my dad has never been into owning guns. Like he's not against it. but like he's never really had one. I keep trying to convince him to have one because the world's crazy. But like as the way it is right now, his main defense weapon is this fork tube, and like it's a big old hefty like pipe. He's like you can break bones with it if you swing at somebody, and so that's what he uses when he's pissed off or freaked out at home. And the reason I say that is because there was this one time I was like a kid, and Colin's like 4 years older than me, and he was like a teenager at this time, and I was younger, and he was in his rebellious phase, and he really wanted to get a tattoo, but he wasn't 18. So I guess he found this one dude that does tattoos out of a Motel 6 or something, like a Red Roof Inn, like sketchy underground tattoos. And so he had found a way to get to this place to get a tattoo done. And somehow me and my dad found out. And
Oh shit.
my dad was like spazzing. He was like, "We cannot let this happen." And this was like late at night. It was like 11. I was right about to go to bed, and he's like, "Julian, you're coming with me."
You're coming.
So he grabs this fork tube, and he like grabs me, and we go into the car. He's like spazzing on the way. He's like, "I'm gonna fuck these people up if they're trying to tattoo my son. Blah blah blah. Like this is fucked up, and Colin can't be getting a shitty tattoo like this." Somebody's playing soccer outside or something. But anyway.
Yeah.
So he like grabs his pipe, and we go to drive up and find where he's at. And we get there, and this sketchy motherfucker comes out of this hotel room, and my dad just starts kind of spazzing on him.
Oh shit.
And then he's like, I think he was like yelling at him in the parking lot, holding the fucking pipe in his hand, and he's like, "You think you're gonna tattoo my son? What the fuck?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, man. I just was just trying to help him out, and he wanted it, so I was just trying to do what he wanted, and I didn't have any bad intentions." He's like, "No, you can't just tattoo kids." And then he like comes up to the car, and he's like, "Julian, take a picture of his license plate. We're gonna scare him." And I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like, "All right." And so I fucking snap a couple pictures of his license plate, and then Colin gets back in the car, and my dad was just so tweaked out by the fact that he tried to get this shitty tattoo, and we like hunted him down to stop it from happening. But
It's crazy that you fucking found him.
yeah, no, I think either his friend or Colin maybe was smart enough to decide not to do it, and then like told my dad where he was so he could get picked up. But my dad gave one of his famous lectures to this dude, and it was just funny to watch. And
Bob's famous lecture.
yeah, dude, my whole thought process of wanting to get him on the show in the very beginning was trying to get that on camera, like him lecturing people and him and his crazy opinions.
Been a minute though.
Yeah, no, because we're good people now. We don't need lectures, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna try and get him on here and get him a little teed up about something. We'll have him give the audience a lecture or something.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
We just gotta get him. We just gotta hit that right nerve, and we'll get him going.
You gotta like do one of his triggers, but
Dude, I just kissed the mic again.
yeah, and we got this nice ass camera that's letting people see what you do to these mics. You abuse them. You shouldn't be. You didn't even ask for consent on that mic. Yeah. This has been episode 20. We're going to have guests back in soon. We were just shooting the shit, getting comfortable, getting this camera set up.
Do you have an idea, or?
I have an idea for a guest. I want to get Timbo on.
I have a couple, but yeah.
I want to get Timbo on because he is one of the first rappers from Columbus that I met, and one of my favorites. And I've always been trying to get people to know about him because I mean he makes really good music, and he's fun to hang out with, and he's a good friend of mine. So I think that we need to get him on here because
For sure.
He's really doing his shit, and he's got some stories to tell, dude. Like, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but we'll have him talk about getting shot. So that's some real rapper stories. Getting shot. Have I talked about when I had a gun pulled on me on here?
I'm not sure. We've talked about a lot. I'm not sure about that one though.
Well, that'll be a cliffhanger. Maybe we'll talk about that next time. But yeah, episode 20, 4th of July, fucking popping bottle rockets.
Is it episode 20?
Yeah, it's gotta be. I don't know. One of those.
How long has it been now?
This episode?
Oh shit! So it's been
Wait. How long has it been since we started the show?
yeah. So it's been like a month or so or no?
Well, I mean, technically we do 4 podcasts a month. So 4, 8, 12.
Oh,
16.
what was I thinking? I was counting by days. Oh my gosh, I was thinking. Oh my gosh, I'm fried for that.
But, all right.
Cut that shit out.
Thanks. You're the Jamie of the show, so you can do a little chopping.
Bro, I can't believe I just did that. That was such a fried bun. All right, but it was great.
I think we're getting better at this, because I mean
this one felt more relaxing. Like,
well, yeah,
we're just chilling and
yeah, because some episodes will chill and just shoot the shit, and that's what this has been. And then some episodes we kind of have a goal of stuff we want to talk about or a guest. But really, I mean, it's obviously a low-key show. So we're just trying to master the act of talking and getting good at podcasting. And then once we start taking off with a few things that are more important to us, then we can start putting more thought into, I don't know, making banger episodes. But, I mean, that's kind of what a podcast is. It's just like hearing people talk and letting you guys in on the group, like you're one of the pals. Like some of the stuff, like you might not know what we're talking about or the people we're talking about, but it's like you're here with us, like one of our friends. Like
yeah,
we got the homies.
Dude, what if we did like a podcast mixed into like a daily vlog? Like we woke up, did the podcast in the beginning, then took the camera and just vlogged out the day.
Well, now that we have this motherfucker,
We should.
we're gonna start doing vlogs and we're gonna start doing content. And I've got some ideas, but that's a really good idea. We should do a podcast and we'll vlog like the setup of it, and then what we do after. Like we'll just kick it for the whole day and do stuff.
Yes.
And maybe we could do it where we have a vlog that like cuts out into sections of like in the beginning it's a vlog, and then there's like a 10-minute segment of podcast, and then it goes back into the vlog, and then there's 30 more minutes of the podcast, and then we finish off the day in the vlog, and then at the end it finishes off with like a climax of more podcast.
Yeah,
but
exactly. But
we're coming up.
yeah,
We're fucking. We're young podcasters. We're young little fucks.
You hear that, right?
Yeah, it's popping off. People are lighting their.
Set another one off.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Out the window
set the
to
window
do it out the window to
open.
finish the episode off. I don't know how to open windows, dude.
Blinds, bro. Blinds. Why does this one open like that?
I don't know, but happy 4th of July, motherfuckers.
Happy 4th, motherfuckers. How am I gonna? I'm just gonna have to hold it in my hand. I'm just like.
Make sure.
hope for the best, you know?
Happy 4th of July, guys. Jesus. All right. Fuck. All right, ciao. Love you.
Ciao. Love you.
Scheuneman Show.